What makes you so sad? I think you're the saddest girl I ever met.
You're the first man that ever said that. I'm usually told how happy I am.
That's because you make a man feel happy.
Marilyn Monroe was never born into glamour, not even close. Before the spotlight ever found her, she entered the world as Norma Jeane Baker, born in Los Angeles, California, surrounded by instability, unanswered questions, and long stretches of silence that shaped her from day one. This wasn't a fairy tale star, it was messy, confusing, and painfully quiet.
Just one of those things. Go on, tell me some more.
Her mother, Gladys Baker, lived with severe mental illness, a struggle that quietly controlled Norma Jeane's earliest years in ways she couldn't escape. The identity of her father was never truly known, and that absence hung heavy over her life. He was gone from the beginning, leaving behind nothing but rumors, doubts, and a hole that never fully healed.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
Norma Jeane's childhood was broken into pieces after her mother suffered a serious psychological breakdown and was later diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Norma Jeane was removed from her care. What followed was nearly 10 years of bouncing between foster homes and temporary guardians, never staying long enough to feel safe, grounded, or wanted. Each move stacked more fear, more loneliness, and deeper emotional walls. By her mid-teens, after enduring mistreatment within the foster system, she made a decision based on survival, not dreams.
You still mad at me?
I don't understand. People dying and people just standing around. Don't you care?
At just 16, she married a sailor, left school behind, and stepped into adulthood way too early, hoping stability might finally show up. That stability never came, but history had other plans waiting. If you want to hear how her life took a shocking turn next, make sure to subscribe now so you don't miss what happens next.
Hi, Evie.
Hi, small change.
During World War II, while working long hours in a factory supporting the war effort, Norma Jeane's life flipped in an instant. She was spotted by photographer David Conover, who was documenting women stepping up for the military industry. That one moment, that single camera click quietly cracked open a door that would never close again. Modeling came fast after that. Photo shoots turned into agency deals, and before long, a full transformation was underway. This wasn't luck, it was construction. She dyed her hair blonde, reshaped her image, and stepped into a brand new identity built for impact, not comfort.
Young lady, you don't fool me one bit.
I'm not trying to, but I bet I could.
Norma Jeane became Marilyn Monroe. The name wasn't personal, it was powerful. Monroe came from her mother's maiden name, while Marilyn was borrowed from Broadway star Marilyn Miller, a woman remembered for beauty, fame, and tragedy. The name itself carried weight before she ever spoke a line.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
By 1946, Monroe signed a contract with 20th Century Fox, but the studio didn't see a star yet. For months, she was ignored, unpaid in attention, and stuck in acting classes while others got screen time. No roles, no spotlight, just patience and pressure. Slowly, the mood shifted. Over the next few years, her screen presence became impossible to deny. By the early 1950s, she exploded into box office success, landing top billing with Jane Russell in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Both women would later earn stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, sealing their place in history. But fame always comes with a price, and hers was only just beginning. Monroe was relentlessly boxed into the role of the dumb blonde, and the studio system kept a tight grip on every move she made.
Did you see this fellow I'm with?
I saw him. What's he look like?
Very nice for a one-eyed man. Is that all he's got?
Her image was carefully controlled, polished, and pushed non-stop until audiences started believing the act was real. On screen, she played the part, but off camera, that stereotype couldn't be further from the truth. Behind closed doors, Marilyn Monroe was thoughtful, curious, and constantly questioning the world around her.
Well, cheer up. I will. I just hate to fight with anybody. When you win, you lose.
She kept a large personal library, studied literature, and pushed back against studio bosses who underestimated her. She didn't just want fame, she wanted respect, depth, and real dramatic roles that showed who she actually was. She also built real friendships far outside Hollywood's power circle. One of the most telling was her bond with jazz legend Ella Fitzgerald. When top clubs refused to book Fitzgerald, Monroe stepped in and helped her land performances at the exclusive Mocambo Club in West Hollywood, forcing the industry to pay attention. But even as her career climbed, Monroe's inner world was quietly falling apart.
I don't want you to think I'm a drinker. I can stop anytime I want to, only I don't want to, especially when I'm blue.
We understand.
All the girls drink. It's just that I'm the one that gets caught. Story of my life.
She battled depression and anxiety, struggles made worse by nonstop pressure, isolation, and the weight of public expectations. Her acting mentor, Lee Strasberg, encouraged psychotherapy, which became a constant part of her life as she searched for stability. At the same time, prescription dependence took hold, fueled by an industry where medications were widely handed out and barely monitored. Emotional pain mixed with physical exhaustion, creating a cycle that became harder to break as her fame grew. Monroe married several times, including to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller. Her marriage to DiMaggio ended quickly, yet they reportedly stayed connected in a complicated way until her death.
Get this stuff a-flowing and make the desert bloom.
Well, flow it, flow. We only got the one bottle.
There you are. Put that in your thoughts and see how they come out.
None of her marriages lasted, and each one left emotional scars. She also lived with endometriosis, a painful medical condition that led to repeated miscarriages. The physical pain and emotional heartbreak piled up, adding more strain to an already fragile life, even as the cameras kept rolling and her career pushed forward. As the years went on, Monroe gained a harsh reputation on set. She was labeled difficult, often arriving late, sometimes impaired, and increasingly unreliable in the eyes of studios. But behind those headlines was a woman crushed by impossible expectations and heavily medicated beyond what her body could safely handle. What looked like chaos on the surface was really exhaustion, pressure, and dependence spiraling out of control. On August 4th, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home by her housekeeper. She was just 36 years old.
Men grow cold as girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end.
The official cause of death was ruled an overdose of barbiturates, a conclusion that shocked the world. Even then, certainty never followed her. Almost immediately, theories spread everywhere, questioning whether her death was accidental, intentional, or something far more unsettling. In death, Monroe didn't find peace. She became a symbol to be reused and reshaped. Her face appeared in Andy Warhol's artwork, turning her into pop culture currency. Her image was copied, sold, and commercialized over and over, often without care for the woman behind it. The exploitation didn't stop there. In 2017, Hugh Hefner was buried next to Monroe, despite the fact that Playboy's first issue had published nude photographs of her taken years earlier without her consent. Even more disturbing, Monroe's medical x-rays were later sold at auction, sparking outrage and reopening painful debates about privacy.
You know, of course, that diamonds are a girl's best friend, and this is our proof of it.
Dignity, and how far society went in taking pieces of her long after she was gone. Yet beyond the myths, the rumors, and the recycled headlines, Marilyn Monroe endures for something deeper. Strip away the fantasy, and what remains is real talent, real emotion, and a performer whose work still connects decades later. She wasn't just a symbol, she was gifted. Her performances carried timing, vulnerability, and a presence that pulled people in without effort. Over time, public understanding has slowly moved past the shallow caricature Hollywood sold. What's emerging now is a more honest picture of a woman who was intelligent, emotionally open, and painfully aware of the world she was trying to survive. Marilyn Monroe's life was filled with chaos and brilliance side by side. There was pain, resilience, and a constant fight to stay upright in an industry that took more than it gave. Her story isn't only about fame, it's about a human being searching for safety, understanding, and peace in a world that rarely slowed down long enough to offer any of it. And despite everything stacked against her, her influence never disappeared. Generations later, she still shapes culture, performance, and how we talk about fame itself.
You hear about Marilyn? Poor thing.
It's very upsetting.
Can't say I'm surprised. A few things I know about her.
You just don't imagine her ever being alone. She was so famous.
Some people just hide in plain sight.
She remains a legend not because of how she was packaged, but because of what she endured, what she shared, and what she left behind. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let your voice be heard and keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.